Good morning, yogis. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing very well. Today we're going to be going over chapter 7 of the Dhammapada, titled Thousands. Better if there were thousands of meaningless words is one meaningful word, that on hearing it bring peace. Better than if there were thousands of meaningless verses is one meaningful verse, that on hearing it brings peace. And better than chanting hundreds of meaningless verses is one Dhamma saying that on hearing it brings peace. Greater in battle than the man who would conquer 1,000 men is he who would conquer just one, himself. Better to conquer yourself than others. When you've trained yourself, living in constant self-control, neither a Deva nor a Gandhava nor a Mara banded with Brahmins could turn that triumph back into a defeat. So just kind of a side note, a Deva is a god or a celestial being. It translated means radiant one, so an angel, right? A Gandhava is a celestial musician. Its translation means fragrant being, and it's known for music, dance, beauty, and sensual enjoyment. And so being self-controlled constantly, as it says, and trained, it's saying that nothing can knock you off of your trail. You could, month by month, at a cost of thousands, conduct sacrifices 100 times, or pay a single moment's homage to one person, self-cultivated. Better than 100 years of sacrifices would that act of homage be. You could, for 100 years, live in a forest, tending a fire, or pay a single moment's homage to one person, self-cultivated. Better than 100 years of sacrifices would that act of homage be. Everything offered or sacrificed in the world for an entire year by one seeking merit does not come to even 1/4. Better to pay homage and respect to those who have gone the straight way. If you're respectful by habit, constantly honoring the worthy, 4 things will increase: long life, beauty, happiness, strength. Better than 100 years lived without virtue, uncentered, is one day lived by a virtuous person absorbed in jhana. Jhana is deep concentration, deep meditation. And better than 100 years lived undiscerning, uncentered, is one day lived by a discerning person absorbed in jhana. And better than 100 years lived apathetic and unenergetic is one day lived energetic and firm. And better than 100 years lived without seeing, arising and passing away, is one day lived seeing, arising and passing away. And better than 100 years lived without seeing, the deathless state, is one day lived seeing the deathless state. And better than 100 years lived without seeing the ultimate Dhamma is one day lived seeing the ultimate Dhamma. Spiritual progress is not measured in how deeply you can read or recite or conduct ritual. It's not even how good you meditate. Progress is measured by how much you understand and how much your mind is changed because of your skillful and sincere application of what you've learned. And I think for some of us, we like to read and grab a lot of books, and that's not bad, right? But we have to actually use what we learn, right? And so a lot of times we will do things based on self, which will put us in a position to be harmed by our fellows. And we maybe don't even understand what happened, right? That we did something, 20 moves ago that now correlates to an injury by another. And a lot of people act in ways that are super selfish and not, virtuous. Like a virtuous person is concerned about their community. They're concerned about everybody around them, and they want everybody to be safe and happy and healthy and access to all these things, right? But you have other people that get motivated in their biases or it's just whatever. Lots of people have lots of reasons for doing things, right? Particularly in spirituality. This is saying, like, it's really important that you learn the right things and you understand them and you apply them. It's not just one day a week. It said constant self-control. And, the promise that you get from that is beauty, right? Health, long life, strength. And so there's a lot of rewards that you get for doing that work. But it's not an instant gratification kind of thing. It's not unvirtuous behavior gives you some type of pleasure or something now. Maybe not even, but sometimes. This is that delayed gratification and being able to do a practice and then wait for the results to come. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I'm super excited for the next chapter. It's evil from the Dhammapada. And so please check that next video out. I should be coming out tomorrow. As always, if you have any questions, comments, you need anything, feel free, drop me a line in the comment box and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Yeah, I hope wherever you are, everything that you need comes to you today. Until we meet again, my friend, namaste.